You go first. Entertainment.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what it do, baby? Damn, dude. It's been a minute. We've been gone for a minute. Hope everybody's been still there. Hello. Everybody's out there.
Still alive. Still surviving.
Oh, man. It's been, what? Almost a month since we last recorded. We've not been recording because we've been on tour. I'm kidding. I wish that was the reason.
From the kitchen to the living room.
To social media, back to the couch, back to watching Netflix and chill. No, but not together, obviously, yes. But no, we've been away. You know, a lot has happened. Work has happened. Life in general. What you been up to, man?
Well, besides doing nothing at home, I'm in a band now. Just playing music.
Oh, wow.
Just gonna perform this weekend.
Oh shit,
that'd be cool.
What's the name of the band?
Alhambra Rhythm Section. But then the other one, I don't know. It's just a group of friends who got together. The dude is holding the party at his house. It's his band.
Okay. How many members are?
In the first band that I'm going to be in, it's going to be 4.
Wait, how many bands are you in?
Well, this Saturday I'm going to be in 2 bands.
Okay. But so officially are you in one band?
Officially I'm in one.
Okay.
Which is like 5 members.
Okay.
Right? And then the dude who came, he's like, I'm going to have a party at my house, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Come play with us, whatever. Like, you're a good drummer. Like, come play. So, because it's his house, he's going to have his band go first.
Okay.
So
you're part of that.
I want to be playing with them.
Drums.
And then once that band's done, go out with the main band and play another.
Oh, it's nice. Now,
you know what Dave Grohl, how he goes from band to band.
Band to band. So here's the new Dave Grohl.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you never know, man.
He's my idol.
So there you go. So
paying gigs, whatever, man. But other than that, I mean, nothing much. Just that.
What kind of music you guys been recording now?
Well, it's like they're cover bands.
Okay, well I know that, but
it'll be like, for example, we have the Rolling Stones, we have the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Blink 182.
Wow.
You know, just popular songs to get the crowd going.
Gotcha.
And then, the first band is more like, poppy stuff. You know what I mean? Like more modern day hits.
Oh, okay. Bruno Mars.
No,
that's new hits.
Yeah, but that's not really.
Okay, well I don't know.
That's not good music. But
I don't know. You said pop.
Well, like I said, kind of like like Blink 182.
It's still rock. Okay. I thought just like you said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be playing Queen.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
We will.
For those that don't know, that's Queen, baby.
And then the second band, they're like more classical. They have like Linda Ronstadt. You know that song by what is it? The Miracles? Baby.
Yeah, I'm not singing it, but yeah, no.
I'm crying. Anyways, but yeah, just shit like that. So.
No war on work. We're still awaiting for work.
No, man. Okay. Things were gonna open.
And they're back.
It's like that girl that you meet at the bar and you give her some drinks, like, she's about to open, and then she realizes she had to, and then she closed them again.
Wow. Okay.
It's like the economy; everything just opened and then closed again.
All right.
We got teased.
Anywho.
But yeah, no. I mean, because I work in a restaurant, it's like they're still probably gonna be only doing to-goes.
To-goes. Okay.
I don't know, man. For the foreseeable future, there's nothing. But
you been watching the news lately?
I stopped, actually.
Yeah?
Well, before we go on that, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
By the way, everyone, it's his birthday on July 3rd. Make sure to wish him a happy birthday.
Thanks
this week.
You guys don't have to. It's cool. You guys don't have to.
Nothing new with you?
Not, man. Just working. Just half-ass trying to work out at home. And I do mean half because I do like maybe 5 push-ups. And I'm like, get up.
5
push-ups better than exactly.
Have you been on the news?
No, I stopped. I don't really watch the news. I don't, obviously you watch it here and there because, there's many things that have been going on, killings of African Americans, riots, the COVID-19 numbers going up, whether you guys believe in the numbers or don't,
Yeah.
So much things, man. I mean, ultimately I watch just because obviously, so I want to make sure to be informed. But other than that, like I try not to, I try to keep a positive state of mind. But then sometimes you watch these news, man, and whether they're fake news or good news or whatever the case may be, it's just they're depressing at the end of the day. It's nothing that's gonna say, oh, you know what, things are gonna get better. And then we all know things are not gonna get better anytime soon. But we don't have to be constantly reminding them, like, yo,
and by the way, us not watching the news all the time, at least the way I see it is, it's not that I'm ignoring what's going on. It's just I just don't want to fill my heart with hate, because the thing is that the media and a lot of these places love to spread bad news because it gives them more ratings.
It's true.
You know what I mean? So it's like I've stopped. Same thing that we talked about a few episodes back, with the COVID, was constant reminders of, the numbers are increasing, people are dying. It's like I already know what's going on. I know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't like that what's going on right now is that race has become such an issue.
Yeah.
It's like, to be fair, it's police brutality towards black people. Period. But everyone turned it into a narrative of white versus black. And it's like, that's not what's going on. It's not white versus black. You know what I mean? Like up the street from where I live, on the same block, I have a black neighbor and a white neighbor. And they're both cool. They don't hate each other. There's no race war going on. There shouldn't be. It was literally police brutality versus black people.
Yeah, I think we've walked away from the fact of that we're, obviously it may seem, like I said, the news have made it, not so much the news, but the facts that, violence does go toward African Americans.
No one's
taking that away, because I'm all support for that. But definitely, like you said, it's become a white versus black, and I think we've missing the point where we need to take away. We need to put good versus evil. You know what I mean? Because in every race, whether you're black, white, purple, green, whatever color you are assigned to, there's bad and there's good. Obviously, the policemen that have been, doing all these killings, obviously they're white. And that's why it's kind of hard to walk away from the stereotype, white versus black, or whatever the case may be, or make it a white versus black. But I think we need to focus on the bad apples. And I get it, once the bad apples and the good apples, I guess they rot in each other, whatever the saying is. What I'm trying to say is we need to walk away, like you said, from that. Stop talking about white versus black and make it good versus evil. I think, in my humble opinion, that's what I think. I'm a supporter for protests, and obviously protests, I hate the fact that sometimes protests seem to be stained with badness, because people either they take advantage of that and they start looting. All the looters, man. It's so crazy seeing all these small businesses getting robbed.
And then mixing that with, video footage of, cops putting bricks in certain, areas. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
And it's like, regardless whether if it's a conspiracy or not, it's like the fact that there's just violence and, like you said, stained with bad stuff going on just defeats the purpose of everything.
Yeah, because I'm all for protesting, I'm all for change and stuff like that. And actually, I'm all, each his own for people who post or not post, I just think if you're really about trying to make a change, you need to go all out. Don't just post just to be cool, because I feel like, not everybody, but some people, I feel like they just post, like, for instance, when it was the Black Square, the Black, Black Tuesday?
Yeah, the Blackout
excuse my ignorance, but I really thought my phone was glitching. I'm like, damn, stupid as freaking Instagram is not loading. And obviously I was ignorant because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't pay attention to the news that day, whatever the case it was. But obviously it was, for Black Lives Matter, Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is people post that and that's it. They leave it at that,
See, you know why? Because that's social media's fault.
I agree.
Because people's attention span has shortened because, I'm done seeing this, I'm done seeing that. And it's like, what do we get out of Blackout Tuesday? Besides black squares on our phone.
Well, I think the ultimate goal for it's a bigger thing to bring awareness. But I think it's not just so much posting. I think everything's intertwined. See, I'm all for posting. I'm all for protesting. I'm all for saying, speeches that can probably make the world change. But there's also got to be the legal stuff, reforms, talking to the right people, voting in the sense, for the people that do believe in voting, doing all that. There's so many things. It's a domino effect. You can't just pick and choose, one thing, posting only. Yeah, you might read that, but it's going to be on... Maybe the first week people are gonna double tap and they're gonna make comments, but next week people are, like you said, have a short memory span, and by next week, they might like it, but they're not even gonna read what you posted. It's just an automatic memory.
That's what I'm saying. The bigger thing that people need to realize is, I think people refuse to look more than what's given to them, and that's why I'm saying everyone's just taking this white versus black narrative instead of doing the research for themselves.
Yeah,
it's like, just because people started posting, for example, like that Karen bullshit.
Right.
So now, like, because it's like now it's okay to call every white lady Karen. I'm like, that's equally racist.
Yes, I agree. I'm
like, because listen, it's okay. Everyone can go out loud right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, look at that Karen. Fucking, what happens if you say, oh, look at that Shaniqua. Look at that Jose. Mm-hmm. Dude, oh, you're a racist. It's like, really? So what's not racist about calling every white woman Karen?
Now we pick and choose.
Like, it's stupid. It's like, if people want equality, it's like, people think, they're like, oh, we've suffered enough, so now you guys got to suffer. Like, that's not the problem. Like, I'm sorry you guys suffered, but from here on out, the point is not for anyone to suffer, but for all of us to rise together. Mm-hmm. That's equality.
Yes, I agree. I think, like I said, people are just missing the point. People... Like you said, it's so easy to point out a Karen, a Jose, a Shaniqua, whatever you choose, but we shouldn't be doing that. And I guess that's a stereotype,
And that's, yeah.
And it sucks because we're stuck to that. And the same people that point out the finger that the other race is racist, like, let's be real, everybody's racist to a certain extent.
Yeah, it's like...
You be a liar. Obviously, there's racists and there's racists and racists. Obviously, you can't compare one person that might talk bad about the other race and do killing,
like
and whatever,
like when Hispanic people say, "Oh, those chinitos,"
they don't know how to drive.
Actually, they're Korean. Actually, they're Japanese. Actually, they're Chinese. You know what I mean?
Like, exactly. There's many. Yeah, we all do. Oh, that Jose that has no insurance.
Look at the Mexicans. It's like, no,
that
Maria. Salvadorian. There's
you can't do that. You just can't pick and choose what you find offensive, what you find racist, and what you don't.
And you know what's funny? Because I read about this. Right, I was reading. It's like, this whole thing, even about race, like skin color, is just stupid. Like, people forget that the reason we have different skin colors is because of our exposure to UV lights from the sun. It has nothing to do with superiority, being superior. You know what I mean? Like, if you're white as fuck, you had little exposure to sun, so you don't have that much pigmentation, and that's why, you know what I mean. If you're super black, that's because you got more exposed to the sun. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, if people...
I think that goes... that totally makes sense, but I think this goes back to, like, whenever the world started, the whole...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But now that we live in a different world that we're... Like, for instance, just here in the United States, there's so many races. I guess, obviously, if you live in a continent, in Africa, if you live in Central America or South America, obviously, everybody... And, your neighbors probably all look the same. Obviously, there's got to be black people. There's got to be super blonde people or whatever in their designated country. Maybe there's probably a number of few that don't. But here in the United States, it's...
We're a melting pot.
Yeah, you got to... It all starts from day one. Excuse me. How did this country started? From another race coming to this place, and
See, yeah, that's
it's a mixture of things.
It's like everyone's taking down all these monuments and all this stuff. And I'm like, which is stupid because it's like it's in the past. Like, what are you gonna get out of that? I'm like, at that
which makes sense. I mean, I'm gonna say I don't want to say it's stupid. What I find
but then that's what I'm saying. At that, then to this point, then we're just gonna have to take
the
down all the USA down.
Yeah, take all the...
USA is a symbol of oppression, if you want to be real about it. But now, because we're comfortable, that doesn't fit your narrative.
Yeah, it's all about fitting your narrative. Yeah, you're right.
It's like shut the fuck up already. Like, stop. Like, you're just being really... And, like, for example, like, Gone with the Wind. Oh, it's a racist movie. It's not. I've seen that movie. It's a good story. It's like... Oh, because, the way black people were portrayed in that movie. I'm like, it's a Civil War era from the Confederate side. It's like Django. Why are we okay with Django? I don't know if you've seen that movie. Why are we okay with Django Unchained, where black people are
because it's the perspective.
That's
We're all,
what
you know what I mean?
It's like you guys are just.
Because, like, for instance, we can say too, like, oh, some black people are racist against